remember that Bruce Lee once said, if we put limits on everything we do, physical or anything else, it will spread on our work and our life. Because in reality, there are no limits. There are only plateaus and we must not stay in there. We have to go beyond these plateaus. Or in other words, we have to go beyond our limit. But the question is that, how do we know where our limit point is? How do we know where our finish line is? Or what kind of maximum effort that we can do to achieve and go beyond our limit? I'm Adzra Alifia from EEC University of Lampung, and at this point, I would like to share with all of you one moment in my life that finally makes me realize I've been step out and go beyond my limits. So ladies and gentlemen, from the very first moment, I was the type of person who always think that change is a dreadful phase in life. At the earlier time of last semester, which is the Corona semester, there is an interesting short course program which offered some money for any student who wants to participate and has a strong willing to complete it. But the matter is that we have to choose the subject outside our original major. I'm an economics student who's also passionate in public speaking. Learning any subject that's not related to economic and communication, well, to be honest, it never crossed on my mind before, because I'm not keen on learning something new. I hate to admit that I might waste my time or my effort, and I cannot help my overthinking. What if I cannot be survived if I decide to change and then jump out from my comfort zone? But here's a dilemma. I want to get that money reward as much as I fear that I would not be able to complete the program. So while I was still dealing with my worry, one of my seniors told me that this program could be a perfect opportunity to fit our skills with the industrial needs in the future. As we all know that technologies, digital information and things like that are the key drivers for almost all of the industries these days, right? So, still with my gain the money motivation, I begin to see this program as my stepping stone and my opportunity to become more resilient and jump out from my comfort zone. Yes, I finally embraced myself to take the information system subject, which is quite opposite with my current major. For the several initial meetings, I found out that this decision, where I finally dared to change and jump out from my comfort zone, was the worst decision I've ever made. I cannot understand the material at all. I cannot get along with the other students. And even worse, my laptop keeps on grumbling with no reason whenever I was in this particular class. I almost gave up at that time. But you know what, ladies and gentlemen? Those inconveniences that happened to me were not worth all of the benefit that I got at this stage right now. It's hard indeed, but I'm super glad that right now I already have the added value by that changing experiences. Yes, I learned a lot from that changing experiences. So ladies and gentlemen, from my story, what I would like to share with you is the 3 steps how we can move beyond our limit. The first one is dare to be changed and find your own purpose. Just like what I shared before, I finally embraced myself to change and go out from my comfort zone. And one of the reasons why I can still stick with these changing experiences and why I can still survive is because my own purpose. Yes, that gain the money motivation. But I'm not only got the money that I want, I also got new friends and I also got new experiences as my opportunity to change and jump out from my comfort zone. So trying something new might become risky for us. Because if we do not know how something will turn out, we may not rather to try it, isn't it? But instead of using our energy to worry, why don't we just use our energy to change and learn and then grow up during this pandemic? Embrace yourself to change and go out from your comfort zone and you will learn a lot from it. The second one is get along with the failures. You need to admit that the journey to go out from your comfort zone would not be that easy. But even if it's terrifying, what you will gain is far more valuable for your personal growth and what you are likely to accomplish. Even if you fail, even if you hurt your self-esteem, and even if that journey will be tough, you will have to push to the edge of your limits and will expand the possibilities to succeed. even if the most talented among us fail more often than they succeed, isn't it? So failure is pretty normal in our journey to go beyond our limit. So pick up your failure stocks as much as possible and as soon as possible. The last but not least is be a gritty person. Angelina Duckworth said that grit is about patience and perseverance for a very long-term period. Yes, grit is about patience, perseverance, hard work, effort, having stamina, and things like that. So it doesn't matter how hard you can get hit, but the matter is that how hard you can get hit and then keep moving forward. How much you can take and then you keep moving forward. Your journey to go beyond your limit is a long journey. It's a marathon and it's not a sprint. So failure is pretty normal in your journey. And finally, ladies and gentlemen, comfort zone is a place where you can feel secure, but it's not a place where you can discover yourself. You will only know yourself if you can go beyond your limits. You cannot hope things will change on their own because they won't. Nothing will change until you take the first step. Your fear and your failures, it can be your fuel to prepare yourself to go beyond your limits. So be there to change and find your own purpose, get along with the failure, and be a gritty person and go beyond your limits. And you will realize that you are more capable